Hello, and welcome to Tranquil Treasures, the show that you can have a safe place to tell your story and be very comfortable talking about anything. In today's episode, we will discuss my mental health. I will go first about my mental health and how it happened, how I got through it, and how I'm doing now. I will also discuss the ins and outs of my mental health. People see me as this joyful person. I'm always smiling very, very hard. And people that know me know my laugh can get very, very loud. But deep down inside, I use my laughter and my smile to cover my mental health. In 2012, I was diagnosed with Kyrie malformation type 1. With that, it caused me to have an hemorrhage stroke. I will give you a little history on Kyrie malformation type 1. Type 1 has no symptoms, and in some cases, it doesn't need any treatment. It's abnormal in the back of the head where the brain and the spinal cord meet. It causes some of the brain tissue at the base of the skull to be pushed into the spinal cord. This causes pressure on the brain and block the normal flow of spinal fluid in and around the brain. That leads to a buildup of spinal fluid within the spinal cord. This is how I had a hemorrhage stroke. The blood vessel in my brain ruptured, meaning the tissue in my brain wasn't getting the oxygen that it needed. I'm also give you a little bit of information about the hemorrhage stroke. Hemorrhage stroke is when the blood vessel in the brain rupture. This means the brain tissue won't be getting the oxygen that it needs, and the bleeding on the brain can cause the pressure to build up inside the brain. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my fear. Sometimes my fear scares me a lot. But my fear scares me a lot when it happens. It happens over and over and over. However, I'm scared because sometimes it doesn't have any symptoms. But with me, I'm going to tell you the kind of symptoms that I suffer from. I suffer from extremely bad headaches, trouble sleeping, memory loss, and loss of concentration. With my mental health and all of this, it scares me so much sometimes. I get scared when I have headaches thinking it's bleeding again in my brain. I'm afraid sometimes to sleep thinking I have built up fluid. I feel ashamed because I can remember a lot of things and I had to ask you over and over and over to repeat yourself because I've forgotten. I've been dealing with it as much as I can though, and I try not to let it take a hold of me. But sometimes I can't help it. Sometimes it does take over my mental health. But the best way I handle it is music. Music is my safe haven. I listen to a lot of old school and R&B music that takes me into a good space. My family is the next thing. My family has helped me in so many ways in my mental health, and I thank God for them because without them, it would probably be a hard struggle for me to get through this. Okay, guys, thank you for listening to Tranquil Treasures. I hope by sharing my story, it gives people courage to share their story and to maybe seek help for their mental health. I know that this was not a very long episode, and some things I may made a mistake on, but I hope you guys can give me some feedback of what I need to change and what I need to do better on. But again, thank you guys for listening to Tranquil Treasures. I'm going to leave you guys with something. Remember, love on yourself, live for yourself, and life is what you make it. Okay, bye. Love, live life.